Are you still favoring Crawford in the fight, or has your opinion changed?
No, I mean, I've always favoured Canelo in the fight.
Well, I've heard that you want Canelo to win, but you...
Of course, yeah. I like Terence. I've worked a lot with Canelo, and I think just because of what I saw in Riyadh, and because of the threat, and he's getting on as well, Crawford, but it's just like the mindset of Crawford. Like, there's no doubt in Terence Crawford's mind that he wins this fight. And when you spend a bit of time with him, you kind of start buying into that. And I guess that's what happened in Riyadh, because I've travelled with him to the fight, and, you know, but it's a 50-50 fight. I think guns ahead, I'm probably picking Crawford right now. I want Canelo to win. I know he can win for sure, but Terence is going to make it really tricky and awkward. I don't think he's going to like to try and fight.
Good fight. Now, if 168 pounds, I think it's Canelo, but it's Canelo better technique, because 50-50. If 12 rounds, Crawford wins, I think. If knockout, Canelo.
What makes Crawford so difficult to fight?
Terence Crawford's physique has transformed into that of a formidable beast as he prepares for his highly anticipated fight against Canelo Alvarez. Boxing trainer and analyst Teddy Atlas shared his thoughts on Fight Hub TV, expressing that fighting Crawford would be a tough challenge for Canelo. Atlas emphasized that few fighters are willing to push themselves to face Crawford's intensity, and he personally wouldn't want to fight him, suggesting that age might be a factor for Crawford but weight class wouldn't be.
Oh, Alvarez thinks you're not a 54-pounder. In other words, you say, nah, he's too small.
That's his take. There's a reason why Israel was so respectful in the fight. Anytime I let my hands go, he either grab me or move. For the bigger guy, you should have been walking me down. You should have been bullying me. Canelo can say what he say.
He just doesn't feel like you're a 54-pounder.
Taking on Canelo is an enormous challenge because of his size, strength, and punching power. However, Crawford plans to counter Canelo's advantages with a strategic approach, using his skills to make Canelo rely on his size rather than his speed and agility. As Terence Crawford trains for his upcoming super middleweight showdown with Canelo Alvarez in September, the odds seem stacked against him, something Crawford actually welcomes. With a notable lack of strength compared to Canelo, who is a division champion and future Hall of Famer, Crawford is seen as a betting underdog. Still, he holds a height and reach advantage, is slightly older at 37, but has fewer fights and rounds under his belt, which could work in his favor.
Time I see him, he'll come and be like, Canelo. Yeah, you know how good it is. So you every time he say that, you know, I just like gradually getting into him. But he's not that big. You know, he heavy, but he's not that big. Right. You know, and I'm just like, I'm laughing, but.
Crawford has stated that his focus isn't on stopping Canelo but on beating him. In an interview with The Ring, he explained that he's not aiming for a knockout but fighting his fight. Crawford believes that Canelo, who moves up divisions, is a smaller, faster guy who can be caught off guard if he's patient. He also shared a humorous weight joke, revealing he weighed 186 pounds but jokingly said he used to weigh just 140 pounds.
Crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that.
Crawford began his career as a lightweight at 137 pounds in 2008, then became a dominant force at 140 and 147 pounds. Currently holding a 154-pound title after defeating Israel Madmov, Crawford's versatility spans multiple weight classes. Canelo, who started as a 139-pounder at age 15, has won titles at 154, 160, 168, and 175 pounds. He's aiming to become a two-time undisputed super middleweight champion by defeating William Skull, but Crawford believes Canelo is vulnerable to sharp punches.
I respect Crawford. He's a great fighter, and I always say that no disrespect to him, but sometimes it's a little crazy that people talking about a small fighter like Charlo. He's big, which is big, and everybody's talking about if I'm gonna face.
Crawford emphasizes that Canelo is a human being, capable of being hurt just like anyone else. He's not going into the fight with an inferiority complex but is prepared to fight his fight. Crawford highlighted that Canelo's losses to Floyd Mayweather and Dimitri Bivol show he's beatable, and suggests that defeating Canelo would be a sign of his own progress as a fighter.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. Big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. It ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can.
In an interview, former world champion Barry McGuigan weighed in, saying that Crawford needs to regain his punching power and timing for the upcoming fight. He stressed the importance of Crawford being clever, moving quickly, and avoiding trading punches early on, as he's known for making opponents miss before counterattacking.
Canelo's now 10-0 at super middleweight, been largely untouchable at this weight class. Why do you believe that you're the man to knock him off?
I'm the best. That's why. That's why everybody gonna come and watch September 12th.
Good luck on September 12th.
McGuigan further explained that Crawford must be elusive and avoid a prolonged exchange with Canelo early in the fight. He noted that Crawford's style resembles that of old-school fighters like Sugar Ray Robinson, making opponents miss and countering effectively. To succeed, Crawford needs to be quick in and out of the striking zone and avoid getting drawn into a trench war.
Disrespectful for Crawford to call you out at 68, say that he can beat you at this weight?
No, everybody wants to fight with me, so it's fine.
That being a biggest fight possible in boxing, is that something you'd actually be interested in?
It's crazy when you about that, because you say, your Machado is coming out with other weight classes and he's welterweight, so don't make sense. But if the fight makes sense,
why not? A lot of people have him at number 1.
And you can see the same tendencies that Canelo has now, but he's a lot older now. But I just think that Terence has more skills than Lara, and I think he can do more. And you're saying
Barry McGuigan advised that when Canelo shows signs of fatigue, Crawford should step up and trade punches. He also mentioned that Tim Bradley has been pushing for the fight, urging Canelo not to back out. Bradley sees this as a golden opportunity for Crawford to showcase his greatness and for Canelo to face a true challenge.
For a strong guy, man, technique, you already know. If you ever wrestled before, the person that got better technique usually win. It don't matter how much the weight they have or what they're carrying around. It's the technique. Crawford knows how to take care of himself on the inside.
Crawford's recent fight against Israel Madmove exposed some limitations, as he looked less sharp and somewhat exhausted. Many question why Canelo would want to face him after such a performance. Tim Bradley emphasized that Canelo should fight Crawford to satisfy fans and give Crawford the platform to prove his skill and greatness.
He knows how to smother. He knows how to tie up. He knows how to rough guys up. He knows how to turn guys. He understands weight distribution, man. Not only that, the only way that I see Canelo beating Crawford is he got to knock him out. And
Bud versus Canelo, who you pick? I'm gonna go for Crawford. Cause then when he beats, let's say he beats Canelo, that gives him ammunition. So when I fight him, and I beat Canelo. Man. Respecting BK all day. 718. What up? You heard? Yo, Jacob.
Many fans and analysts are quick to talk about weight and knockout predictions, but Bradley points out that Canelo's last knockout was some time ago. He argues that Crawford, who is taller and more skilled, is a bigger threat at 168 pounds than many believe, and criticizes those who think Crawford is too small or too old to take on Canelo's titles. Criticism of Bradley's views has been widespread among boxing fans and professionals supporting Crawford.